Hello, one and all. It's your boy, Alternative Voice again, and I have a story, a true story, and a very disturbing, enraging, and eye-opening story. It involves two guys. One of them, they're both pseudonyms for legal reasons. One's name I will call Leonidas. The second one I will call Cicero. And if you knew either of these two individuals, it will be obvious why I chose these two pseudonyms. Anyway, on Cicero's advice, Leonidas moved his guns into an office slash just an office. Anyway, in the complex where he lived. I know these two individuals, by the way. Anyway, the cops show up and they say that they received a anonymous tip that Leonidas was not only a gun owner, but a felon. Now, the first part was obviously true, but the second part was a complete lie. Leonidas does not even have a speeding ticket on his record. That being said, police show up at Leonidas' door, and they say, "We were told you have guns, and we would like to, and that you're a felon. We'd like to search your house." He gave them his ID and said he would not let them in. However, at the urging of Cicero, Leonidas did let them in, and they looked around. They saw no guns or anything illegal, and they walked out. Then afterwards, they asked Cicero, "Where are the guns?" And then Cicero showed them the guns. And Cicero is a convicted felon. He is an ex-felon. He has served his time in prison and now spends his time helping people get out of prison and stay out of prison. He also assists veterans and homeless people. He assists a lot of veterans, actually. And through a rehabilitation program, which has proven very effective. And for some reason, the powers that be in this county, they both reside in this county that I live in. They don't like that. The police don't like Cicero. The district attorney doesn't like Cicero. And, not too many people in positions of power like Cicero. For some reasons, it's like keeping people out of jail. I guess people who going in committing crimes is the reason why they have jobs. But and if they lose that, they don't have jobs anymore. But anyway, what happens is they do something strange. Cicero politely shows them the weapons in the office, and they say, "Could you please hand them to us, Cicero?" Now, I ask you, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, when in an episode of Cops, Live PD, or anything like that, have you ever seen somebody, a police officer, ask a subject to pick up a weapon? I've seen them say, "Keep your hands out of your pockets. Don't touch your waistline. Throw down your weapons. Drop your weapon." And they don't like it when people have weapons. I've never seen that once in my life. And Leonidas, who was very hungover at the time, was incapacitated for most of this and simply stayed in his room when the police were done with him. However, Cicero did pick up a box that had the guns in it, and no sooner had he touched the box than the police said, "Put your hands behind your back. You're a felon in possession of a weapon." they handcuffed Cicero, and the disoriented Leonidas merely stayed in bed while Cicero went to jail. And then he got out, and then when Cicero went to jail, Leonidas simply stayed in bed. And when Cicero got back, Leonidas was still dazed and confused, but not as badly as he was the day before after drinking so much. However, Cicero explained to Leonidas that he had been arrested and that the police had taken his guns. Leonidas was furious at this, but he was still hungover and spent some more time in bed. Now, this is just a travesty, people. Are police any different than gangbangers? Not really. I mean, they have that whole blue code of silence, and cops that whistleblower cops that rat, are often ostracized and just forced out of the departments, their respective departments, by by pretty much everybody else. It's a betrayal of the brotherhood. That goes to show that police care more about, preserving their quote-unquote brothers, even if they're criminals, than upholding the law. And do we really need that? The police are not much different than the mafia. They will they will punish you for not paying protection money. They will have this whole code of silence. They like to bully people, intimidate. It's no different. You see, and now Leonidas and Cicero are fighting to keep Cicero not only free, but get Leonidas' weapons back. Leonidas was never charged with anything. What makes this so disgusting is that, the police clearly did not think either of these two were a threat. Because Leonidas at the time was just so disoriented. I mean, he could barely get out of bed. I mean, yeah, he had a whole bunch of beer cans, but that was it. I mean, it's like the guy can barely get out of bed. How's he going to go slaughter a whole bunch of people? It's just ridiculous. I mean, it's like, think for a second. Cops enforce these, something? If cops are unwilling to report their own for their wrongdoings, then they might as well just be gangbangers. They're no different. And I don't think too highly of police officers. You probably know that from my previous videos. But this is just disgusting. It's a violation of the Second Amendment. And the Fourth Amendment, I mean, you can say, consent, blah, 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 blah. But Cicero has not read his Miranda rights. And not only that, it's like the whole idea of asking Cicero to touch the weapons. That's fucking entrapment. Entrapment. Look it up. And police do that quite regularly. It's just really horrible. And, Freddie Gray is dead because of police. Daniel Shaver is dead because of police. George Floyd is dead because of the police. Mike Brown is dead because of the police. Duncan Lemp is dead because of the police. Tony Timba is dead because of the police. Now, not all of these people were totally innocent, but none of them did anything to deserve death. In fact, they weren't even being arrested for felonies. And by the way, committing a felony is a lot easier than you might think. It's a lot easier to become a felon than you realize. Trust me. And That being said, is the police also they're when the shit's really hitting the fan, they all too often act like Upham and Saving Private Ryan and just cower outside while this horrible person goes and just destroys everything. Look at Uvalde, Texas. Look at what happened in Stoneman Douglas High. Look at what happened in Columbine. I could go on and on and on. Trust me. But I'm going to stop right there. Anyway, we need to come together to protect our Constitution. We need to come together to end police brutality and get some accountability. We need to resolve this issue. I hope everything works out for Leonidas and Cicero, and I pray for them every day. I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. That will be all for now. Sic Semper Tyrannis, Mulan Labe, and don't tread on me.